welcome back to the channel. You join me today back within the safety net of the shed of shit after last week's terrors of the pillion ride on the ZZR 1400.
We're gonna kill us both! What are you doing? What are you doing, you stupid maniac?
If you've not already seen that, I'll put a link floating around the screen somewhere or in the description below. Today though, we are going to be installing the first of my winter mods, should we say, on the ER5, which is a screen. Something I wasn't going to be doing, or didn't plan to do at least, because I don't like screens. I think that most of them, at least the aftermarket ones, look horrendous. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing, because in some of the earlier videos, if you've seen them, it really suffers, as do all naked bikes really, with wind buffeting and you know, wind noise and stuff.
God, I need to get a windscreen for this thing.
So that's what I'm going to be doing. Please do like and subscribe the video, as always. I think at the time of filming we've just hit 100 subscribers, which is amazing, so obviously we want more. So yeah, hit the subscribe button, like the video, please do feel free to comment. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is what I've got. It's a Puig Wave screen kit. Certainly helped me wave goodbye to a few quid, because they are ruinously expensive, these kits. Fully shipped in the UK, this kit was pushing 50 quid. For that you get your acrylic screen, a bag of bolts and a bit of paperwork. I think that's quite a lot, to be honest. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm being an old miser. Please do let me know down in the comments. Do you think that's a lot for a screen kit? I do. But we'll chuck it on, we'll see how it looks. Okay, tools, as per the instruction sheet, you're going to need a 4mm Allen key, a 10mm spanner and a 13mm spanner for this. As we all know though, every job is one lost or snapped bolt away from being a 3-day ordeal, so we may well need a few other bits as well. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to bolt the brackets onto the side of the screen, which is these things. So 2 brackets, 4 little Allen bolts and 4 of these little washer type things. Right, okay, so we've got the brackets on now. I've also installed these little bolts and nuts here, which according to the terrible instructions is a lock inclination system. It's not a lock inclination system at all, it's a bolt with a nut on the end of it each side. I'm not entirely convinced that we're going to need those, so I may well end up taking these off. But yeah, let's start taking the front end of the bike apart and get the screen on. Okay, so the first thing we need to do down here is there's a little screw, if the camera can see it, just there, either side of the headlight assembly. You need to take that off, so unscrew that and then remove the entire front of the headlight. Now bear in mind this kit is a universal kit, so you might not need to do this on every bike, but certainly on this one you need to get to the inside of the housing to retighten the bolt there once the screen's been installed even. And just disconnect the 2 connectors from the inside. I'll do that without dropping the entire bloody thing. Pull the bulb out, that'd be easier. Okay, next thing we need to do is loosen these 2 nuts here, which will in turn loosen the entire assembly so we can fit the screen over the top or slot the brackets in either side. So we'll do that. socket on the end of that. Thought that was loose, slightly alarming. Okay, that's that loosened off. Okay, now we've done that, we've got a bit of slack either side on these brackets here. I'll take the windscreen and slot it in between the rubber and the headlight bracket either side. Just slot in, try and go a bit better with the camera here. So just down there, look, in between the rubber and the headlight bracket. Should then just push firmly down and slide back like so. You should end up with something looking a bit like that. Might need a little bit of fettling. And as you can see, this bolt here that we put on is stopping it from going back any further and hitting the clocks. Okay, there we go then. So the only other bits left to do now is just a reversal of what we've already done. So we're going to retighten these two nuts and bolts here. Make sure this one especially is a little bit tighter than it was to start with. Make sure the screen doesn't fly forward. Nice and tight. There we are. Okay, now that they're retightened, you want to take the headlight assembly, plug everything back in. So you've got your side light going in there, and the main connection. Make sure they're pushed back on properly, and then just relocate it, making sure the screw holes line up. It's a little bit fiddly to get these back in. Right, there we are, that's that back in. So just the two little screws to go back in, hold everything in place. On that side, one over here. I can find the hole. And there we go. One Puig Wave screen successfully fitted. I think it looks pretty good, to be fair. A little bit of a gap under here, but I guess that is what it is. Not much I can do about that. Everything's been put in place as per the terrible instruction sheet. So just take the stickers off and job done. Job done. All the stickers are off and I've polished it up slightly. A little bit cleaner in a microfiber cloth. I think it looks good. Certainly adds something to the front end of the bike. One thing I will say is if you are looking at getting one of these kits, especially if you go for the solid black option like I have, is it will pick up scratches very easily. I mean, I've gone over this with a microfiber cloth and a little bit of cleaner and it's already, as you can see, picking up little hairline scratches. Not that it's not the end of the world, it's going to get worse on it. So that's about it from me for this one. Please do subscribe to the channel and like the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.